near our kutis, usually we have a walking meditation part to do some walking meditation and just walking or in general. So, and in the night when I would like to use this walking path, I have to turn on the light. It's outside of the kuti, but it's kind of on the kuti and orientated outside, so that this path would be full of light that I can see where I walk. And of course, this light, at nighttime, attend or attract the animals like insects, a lot of flies, a lot of other kind of flying things. You know, they're interested in light. And so yesterday I did some walking, and the light was on, and suddenly I realized that some insect come in my ear. You know, like I don't know what size, but it go there, and I tried whatever I tried. It's just go deeper, you know, like, because whenever of course it's scared and it's try to kind of go away from you. So how you can remove it, and it's feel also like someone go deeper to your brain. You know, it's inside there and it's like buzzing like zzz, and it's go deeper and it's like kind of crawling there. Of course, it's kind of very unpleasant feelings and also a lot of kind of fear or anxiety, because you don't know how deep this insect may go. Who knows, maybe he can go kind of almost to your brain. So, and another thing, how to get rid of him, because he not really kind of want to get rid. He found his hole, you know. So finally I remember that I had a small, you know, medical alcohol for kind of disinfection. When you have a wound, you can put a little bit. So I put it to this earbud, a little amount, and put inside. And this insect immediately fly away. So he didn't like the smell of alcohol. So why I bring this story? Because sometimes in situations when you had something kind of stress or fear or anxiety, and also situation demand from you to do some action. You have to do something, otherwise, like, who knows, yeah, he might put an egg there. I don't know. So, and also another thing, we don't want to harm living beings, yeah, we don't want to kill him. So, and this kind of ideas cannot arise in mind which agitated, which kind of have a fear or anxiety. So what would be the way to kind of calm yourself, which would allow you to think clearly, to find kind of good solution? So what do you think? What would be the first way, what you would do if you have some kind of anxiety or stress, to calm yourself? Pause. Yeah. Pause. Take deep breaths. Yeah, this would be the first thing to do, definitely. Because this would, at least after this, you may remember all whatever instructions you had before, or whatever tools you used before, what was helpful. Now you may apply this. But usually before this, like, if you overcome by this anxiety or fear or whatever, there's no way for you to think clearly. Yeah, unless naturally maybe some dosa arise, some anger towards this being, like, oh, like, I want to get rid of him no matter what. I even kill him, doesn't matter. I want to be safe. So I mean, it's natural reaction, yeah, also. But I would say unmindful, because usually when you have a pause, when you have mindfulness, when you did practice some metta in the past, and when you kind of try to uphold your precepts, this idea may come to your mind, like, I don't want to harm this being, so I want to do something without harm. And so this would be kind of, I would say, very traditional way. When you have some anger, to counteract, to find some opposite things, would be loving kindness, yeah, metta. So if I feel this anger or even desire to harm being because it harmed me, so after the pause, after the deep breath, establish myself in metta. At least few thoughts of metta would already help me to find the decision without harming a being. At least try. Of course, we speak about intention. We don't speak about the result can be. But actually, in that case, even I put this alcohol, these beans actually fall down, and it was alive. So, so it was kind of just somehow didn't like the smell of that alcohol. So, but today I would like to bring your attention to the another tool. Maybe it's not so straightforward, not so like tool for beginner. I would say it's tool for more advanced practitioners. But in any level, we can try it in any level of our development. We can try any depth of this tool. So in Sutta Nipata, the sutta called tuvaṭakasuttaṃ in Atthakavagga. So it's a huge sutta. He speaks a lot of qualities of Arahant and many other benefits. But also it says that the idea I am the thinker, or I am the one who do, I am the doer or agent they call, or I am the one who feel. So this is just a way how to translate the things. It's just two words in Pali. So idea that I identify with experience. I'm thinking. Yeah, this thought arose in my mind, and I take this thought as mine. Or these feelings, these painful feelings arose in my experience, and I take this my pain in my ear. Yeah, and I have to do something. So this kind of sense of identity with the one who in charge. Like I believe that I'm in charge. I'm sit here and speak. Yeah, you probably believe you sit here and listen. It's your choice to listen. So we kind of tend to appropriate the role of one who in charge, one who do some action. And the sutta says this idea, I am the thinker, I am the knower, this is a root of all mental proliferations, mental, like whatever ideas you may increase or develop in your mind, this all roots in this idea. Of course, we speak about idea where you believe that this is my idea, this is my experience and so on. So if I believe that this is my ear, I mean, I don't say this is not my ear, but kind of on conventional way, this is ear would belong to this body. This is painful experience arise in my area of experience. But on more ultimate sense, I cannot take it as a really my experience, what I totally responsible of. I didn't even intend on it. Yeah, when I start to do my walking meditation, I didn't expect this animal come to my ear. Yeah, and again I cannot control this, and I cannot command. And also I didn't expect that reaction of mine. I didn't expect that I would initially react with some kind of anxiety or small fear or whatever. So kind of maybe even some kind of initial dosa towards these beings. Like I didn't like this. So these things I didn't really plan, you know. And of course, like if I like what this sutta say, how I understand it, if you whatever experience you have, especially unpleasant experience, pleasant experience as well, if you catch this small moment identification with this experience, this is my experience, this is root on that I perceive that I am the one who feel, I'm the one who think, I'm the one who have senses. And this more like, of course, we not actively think this idea. Not how often really you think I am the thinker. This idea not really often occurs in my mind, in our mind. It's maybe, you know, the famous philosopher from French, I think, René Descartes. So his statement was, "I think, therefore I am." So this is kind of very common, and on this idea have been built a lot of modern school of philosophy. So how I can check that I exist? That I'm thinking. Yeah. So this kind of thinking process arises in my mind, and if I didn't have any data or didn't have any idea about like non-identification or kind of conditionality and so on. Of course, I don't know, even I remember before my, I don't know, maybe 25th year or something like this, I never even thought that the voice in my mind is not me, you know? Like no one actually in society or in normal school tell you that these ideas, what arise in your mind, it's kind of separate from you. It's just kind of conditioned phenomena which you may influence, but they arise actually without your full control. You cannot say that it's my thought. So this idea, it's quite deep idea. In Buddhism we have this, but I don't know, especially in Western education, it's never occur in, I don't know, any mind, maybe in mind of deep thinkers. But when you go to school, when you go to university, whatever idea you have, goals you have, like intentions, this is you. This is what make you you. Like this is kind of conventional idea. And of course, from this perspective, like if I'm thinking, that's a confirmation that I exist, I am. Yeah. If I'm stop thinking, then it's a problem. Yeah. So, but we kind of tend to try to find the root, try to find the cause of our suffering. So this is a goal, and even if something is useful, like okay, I perceive that I have a very rational and very intelligent mind, and this mind can be helpful to solve some problem. But if I believe every thought and believe this is mine and this I'm in control of this, I suffer, because whenever next time some idea arises in my mind when I not would be very like happy about, for example, I don't know, think and meditate, and some idea come to my mind. Oh, what about tomorrow, Dana in Teams, you know? So, and then of course, if I perceive myself as a meditator who should meditate, I may kind of blame myself. Oh, how come, you know, this kind of worldly idea arises in my mind while I try to meditate, like I'm a bad meditator, and this can lead to suffering, to blame ourselves, and so on. But if I understand that this is just causes and conditions, maybe I'm hungry, yeah, like it's like 8 o'clock in the evening, and I don't have anything in the stomach. That's why and I know usually the source where I get my food is Teams. So this kind of connection, and like because of these conditions, and I'm hungry, I'm thinking, okay, what about next Dana? So this kind of conditioned nature of experience, and the earlier I catch this idea, because in this sutta they say that the one should train ourselves in mindfulness, in fast mindfulness. The tavaka, one of the translation of this word, would be fast or quick. So the sutta speak like the earlier as you can establish your mindfulness in any matter, and that would already help you disidentify with experience. Don't take things as me or mine, because of course initial tendency all of us have. Only really high attained being like arahant don't have this tendency to take things as me or mine, like personally. But what we can do, we can decrease the time where we proliferate and kind of believe in this idea, where we take any fear or pain or anxiety as my or me, and that's why it's kind of overwhelm me, and I cannot think clearly, because it's like it's my nature, it's truly my feelings. Even this idea not come, just fear there, nothing else. So, but when you try to break it, okay, this experience, don't even need to call it fear, it's just experience. And where it's come from? It came from some condition, like there was a contact with some insects or contact with some painful experience, and some pain arise, and I may be worried about my body, and there is some anxiety, so I want to protect my body, and so on. So, like, however you can break this chain, that it's not just fear, like just one thing. And of course, first things to do, it would be what? To make a pause, yeah? To make a deep breath, pause, and then kind of reflect, okay, where it's come from? What's causes and conditions? If this sense of maybe anger so strong, of course, first would be establish ourselves in metta. It would be first things to kind of calm ourselves. But when you already kind of, especially when you have some experience, to see how things in your mind arise and how they really conditioned. They're not the illusion that I'm in charge, that I'm in control. It's just illusion. And of course, we need to start to do this in good meditation. We don't need to wait when some extreme situation would arise. That time, definitely, if we don't have a skill to reflect, to do some kind of introspection, no chance that we can do it. But if we do it in a calm situation, when we're on the cushion, like calm ourselves, first we maybe do some general kind of mindfulness, maybe open awareness or breath or anything, and then we try to reflect, okay, this experience, what I have, can I really take it as a me or my? Can I take it like personally? Can I identify with this? And also check, again, how I understand it. in this sutta, the idea I am the thinker or I am the one who experiences, this is the root of all mental proliferation, of all mental what we may increase our opinion about something and think about something. And this usually is the word papancha usually used in uncontrolled way. So whenever this proliferation happen and I cannot control, so it kind of overcome me, and it's not intentional thinking about Dhamma, that I think, okay, this Dhamma Vichaya means this Sati means this, so this is not Papancha. But Papancha means when it's just overflow and I don't have anything to control. So it just kind of attack me and I'm under it in a way. So there's no even being there, because only these thoughts and ideas and so on. So yeah, whatever we get from this, it's again would be, I think, come back to this idea again and again would be very helpful. Like not just once to reflect on it, but reflect on it, then do our normal practice, what we do usually. Then after some time, when you feel more confident, to reflect on this idea again reflect on this, how I understand. What means that I am a thinker, and what means this kind of proliferation in the mind. And in the end, the bottom line, if this reflection would help me to be free from suffering, at least a little bit, then it's useful to continue, useful to attend it again. If not, then not yet. Not yet it's my area of investigation. So I wish all of you in the end be free from suffering and be happy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.